Hello everyone, welcome to the video of today. This is Beyond the Truth. And today we are going to be talking about why teleportation is impossible. All generations living today have one thing in common. I'm sure that there are more than one, but one in particular that pertains to this article, and that's the genius of Gene Roddenberry. Whether it's Kirk, Picard, or even Janeway, everybody has heard of Star Trek, and many of us are huge fans. It's a thing that fathers and children, grandfathers and grandchildren can talk about with the same vigor and the same spark in their eyes. Since its conception, Star Trek has inspired millions of people around the world, and many children who grew up watching it have gone on to become renowned scientists that directly influence the way we live today. Roddenberry is rightfully considered a visionary. His take on technology has always been in the scope of possibility and real-world application. After all, James Tiberius brought us the flip phone back in the 70s, and Jean-Luc had the first ever tablet in the 80s. Out of all the technology in Star Trek, the teleportation is undoubtedly the one that tickles our imagination the most. It's a brilliant concept. We have all dreamed of stepping into the transporter room and energizing someplace millions of light years away. And it's all good and well on the movie screen, but when it comes to the real world application, we hit the wall of impossibility. I'm not talking about computing power, because I am sure that in a few centuries we will have computers powerful enough for such a feat. The problem I see is one of simple logistics. For teleportation to be possible, you would need a universal GPS of sorts, for you need to be sure where you will arrive. And here lies the biggest problem. The infrastructure needed for this universal GPS is impossible to put in place. Our feeble minds can't even grasp the vastness of space, where every single body in it, planets, solar systems, galaxies, is in constant flux, flying around emptiness in enormous speeds. And the question that we can never answer is, how do you map all that? And if you would try to put the infrastructure in place, that would take centuries and not in a single digits, and by the time that is done, we would probably either kill ourselves off in some spectacular display of human stupidity or transcend into spiritual beings that don't need such silly device. I'm not even touching all debates about whether the person that arrives at the other end will be a clone, or if the original remains at the starting point, or if the original should be incinerated in the process so that we don't get the complexities of two of every person teleported exist somewhere in the universe. We will never be faced with all these questions, so they are of no importance at all. We will continue to watch all that Star Trek will bring in the future and continue to be entertained and inspired by it. We might even bring some of its technologies into our everyday life, but we will not be teleporting anytime soon or ever. Thank you guys, and see you next time.